Hi, I'm Azzy, welcome to my channel. Using the ScanNCut, I'm going to show you how to use the offset function on the object edit screen. From here, if we go into patterns, into basic shapes, if we pick this rounded corner square and set it to the mat, just going to bring it into the center, go into edit, object edit, and this is our offset function. So tap on here, and from here we can either do an outward offset, which will give us a larger layer, or we can do an inward offset, which will do a smaller layer. And what this function actually does is enable us to create a shadow or layered look for our projects. So if I take this up to 0.20 to give us an outward offset, and say OK. So here we've got the larger one, that's the original. Again, if we go into offset and go into negative 0.20, and that way we've got 3 layers for our project. So if we layer them back up again, go into select all, say OK, into the arrows, into alignment, horizontal and vertical, say OK. If I go into the magnifying glass and then tap on here, and here you can see all 3 layers that you would have for your project. So here you could layer up the various cardstocks to give your mat and layer look, and that's how you do it to get an equal border for the different layers. So if we go into OK, move them down to here, and this time let's have a look at a flower. So go into patterns, go into here, let's pick this flower, say OK, and set it to the mat. So we've got this flower here. Again, go into object edit, into the offset function, and this time we might want to do the outer border as a wider one and the inward offset as a narrower one. So let's say we want to do that as 0.25, say OK. So we've got the outer layer here, that's the original, and then the inward offset we might only want to do as a -8. So if we go and say OK, so you can see how narrow those two are, whereas that's much wider. So if I layer these back up, we'll be able to see that a lot better. So take that mat up, say OK, into the arrows, alignment, horizontal and vertical, say OK. I go into the magnifying glass, be able to see, so you can see here how that's a wider border, that's our original, the middle one, and the top layer is the inward offset, and that's the narrower layer for our flower. Let's take a look at a letter. So I'm just going to move these down here, say OK, into add, into patterns, into the alphabet, pick an alphabet, let's go for letter H, say OK, set it to the mat. So let's bring that into the center. I'm just going to make it large so we can see it. There we go. Again, go into offset. So this time I'm going to make the outer layer, I don't know, let's take it up to 0.35. And say OK, and then that's our outer layer, that's the original, and then we can have our inward offset as, let's say, 0.8 and 0.08, sorry, and say OK. So that would be our 3 layers for the letter. So if I layer those up, let's see what they look like. Say there, into the arrows, into the alignment, horizontal and vertical, say OK. If I go into the magnifying glass, you'll be able to see it better. So you can see how much bigger that H is, the outer layer. So that would have a much wider layer up to the original, which is that, and then you can see how narrow that layer is there, the top layer is to the original. So you can just play around with it and make the layers all equal or of varying sizes, whatever goes with the project that you are actually creating. So the offset function allows us to create mats and layers for a shadow or layered look for our projects. If you are new to ScanNCut, I hope this has given you some idea of how to use the offset function and how to create mats and layers for your project. And again, if you are just coming back to ScanNCut or this is a refresher, I hope this has been of some help. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you soon.